Hey guys, welcome to a test transmission. I'm just doing a audio test transmission. I've got my headphones on, which I'll just turn on my camera briefly, and you can see my headphones and my new glasses. I can actually see the screen now, which is quite good. Also, too, I wanted to test. The new countdown clock I created yesterday as well. And yeah, I think that turned out all right. Let me know in the comments there, guys, about that one. And so hopefully people can hear me quite well. And these new headphones, these are the headphones I'm going to be using on a lot of live stuff, especially with the podcast I'm planning to do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And oh, g'day, mate. How are you? So you're up late. um, Grumpy Bob. Yeah, I'll get it right in a minute. I just wanted to do a test transmission, guys, and see how it all pans out. As you can tell, I'm sitting at home, relaxing, and yeah, that's pretty good. Um, yeah, I like the countdown. I worked a bit of time on the countdown, and I've done three. I've done what you've just seen. I've done one for the month of review when I do live stuff for the month of review, and then the podcast, which I'm planning to do next month. Still working out on the details about that at the moment, guys, and hopefully we might get that started maybe the first week of October, maybe. Um, it, it, yeah, definitely looks professional. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. Thanks, mate. Um, this will be the first time you've actually seen me probably live, I think. And but yeah, I like watching your show, mate. It's really great watching your show as well as Tammy. Tammy had a really good show today, Melbourne time, and she had a guest on there talking about the AI. And I said in the comments that I reckon that's probably the top one of the episodes, top three episodes I've seen on anyone's channel, and that was definitely one of them. And but yeah, so I'm just experimenting, and yes, it is. And as I mentioned, mate, you're up pretty late over there in the States with the educated guess, probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe over there, where you are. Um, but yeah, so yeah, the podcast I want to do would be a audio one, and as people saw me the other day, 2 days ago, I want to do one like a audio one, so it'd be like this one, what I'm doing right now, because I know some people are a bit shy to get on camera, so I wanted to do something a little bit outside the box compared to everyone else, and 12 o'clock over there. Okay, so it's 3 p.m. On a Friday afternoon here in Melbourne, Australia, and but yeah, so I hopefully it will work out quite well doing that type of show. I sort of want to do something a little bit different for everyone, and also too, it gives people the confidence of um, to do something like this without showing their face. And I mean, I think I will leave it to the individual once I start this type of program or show. I'll leave it up to the individual if they want to be on the show. If they want to show their face, that's up to them. But as host, I probably won't. So I'll be more like that because that's part of being a host of the show, and I want to sort of set the parameters for myself, but I won't hold the restriction to other people. It's up to them if they want to do this what I'm doing right now. But yeah, it's pretty good. Um, Probably a monthly review live at some point, but I'm not too sure when. That's just my coffee cup my daughter made. So you could see her when she was a bit younger, and there's me, probably about 10 years ago. So, but yeah, I'm sort of hoping it will work out doing this type of show, and I'll get a few people on the panel. Obviously, maybe Dominic, Northside Hawk, will probably be one. And I'll try and get a few other Aussies on board. Now, I know the time difference is going to be different for my United States friends and overseas because it will be like 8 o'clock probably at night here, our time. So, yeah, it's just going to be, it may be a little bit out of reach of the United States, but we'll see what happens. It might turn out to be quite well. A lot of people said to me, well, if I wanted to do the US um, market, I would have to start in the morning. And to me, it's a little bit harder for me to do it in the mornings because I could be doing other things. So to me, I'm probably more targeting Australia, probably New Zealand, obviously Asia and all those countries. And if people from the United States or Britain happen to pop on, that'll be really great as well. So yeah, so this is basically another random live type of event again because I decided, well, I set everything up last night on StreamYard, and also too, when I do start this podcast, I know some people may not have StreamYard, so I'll try and work out how to get the link, and I'll put it in the descriptions and things like that, and I'll be quite happy with that. But yeah, so it's been pretty good doing all this stuff. So hopefully, as I said, we'll see what happens. It's an absolutely cold day here today in Melbourne, and if I can, so I'm on my phone at the moment, and if I open up my balcony door, you can actually see it's very windy, and there's my wind gauge there, and very windy today. But yeah, but yeah. So anyway, not to worry, all good. I actually don't know why I pressed that, but anyway. So hopefully we'll do something pretty soon in regards to my podcast. We could talk about really anything, and as I mentioned the other night, oh yeah, yep, no worries, mate. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I've watched a lot of people's shows, and I sort of, as I said, I came up with the idea of doing a podcast as a audio format, and I'm sort of thinking, well, it may work out a lot more good because at the end of the day, there's a lot of live shows out there like yours and Tammy's and Dominic and uh, uh, Justin's one and Matt up in Queensland, and but I haven't seen too many people do a like an audio one. I've seen a few, but I just want to do something outside the box, and hopefully we'll be able to do that pretty soon. And as I said, being 8 o'clock at night, that's the potential time I want to start something like that. So hopefully we'll do something like that. I'm sort of thinking maybe October 5th. It sort of depends because I'm supposed to be going to the Gold Coast around about that time. So I don't know yet. We'll see how it all pans out. I don't like making things in front of me too much because things change. So we'll see how it all pans out. And okay, yep. Did you do a audio one or one of these live face-to-face ones you did over a year ago? Because that would be quite interesting to see. I'll have to probably go through your through backlog through your ones and have a look at. But yeah, we'll work it all out. It's all right. Just hurt my arm a bit. I actually had a blood test done actually, and so it's just normal procedure for me because of going through lymphomia 2 years ago, and they just want to make sure everything's all hunky dory. So yeah. Okay. It's on Spotify and audio. Okay then. Yeah. I actually think it would be quite good to do something like that. And I'm sort of trying to work out all the details of it. But I definitely will look into that. Yeah, as I said, if I can get a few people on, we can sort of talk about anything, a bit like your type of show, mate. To be on there for an hour, we could just talk about just things in general. I think I said the other day about generally a rule would be not to talk too much about politics because that could turn into an absolute mess, and especially here in Australia at the moment because it's a bit of a mess. Yes, we'll try and make some sort of. Now I've got to work it out. Your show would be on a Tuesday here, Tuesday morning. So it'll be Monday night over there. So yeah, I don't think I'd probably get on there this next Tuesday because I've got an appointment and it's at 10:40 in the morning. But I'll definitely keep that in mind, mate. I'd like to pop in on your show, and because it's quite interesting to listen to what you have to say and others on there. It would be really good to do something like that. I'm not too sure if you can hear the cars because I live down near a racetrack, Sandown racetrack, and they've got the V8 cars running around the circuit. They've got a V8 competition, not this weekend, but the following weekend. So I'm a little bit mystified why they're doing the laps around the track now. I would have thought it would have been during the next week. Yes. Uh, yeah, very true. Yeah, I'm not an overly big fan of politics. Um, uh, the way I see it, they all tar with one brush. They all lie and cheat and everything like that. So I just don't really sort of worry. But the thing I will say is, at the moment, um, here in Australia, we got the yes and no vote campaign going on as for our Aboriginals. Now, I'm look, it doesn't really worry me who wins or who loses, but it's actually divided Australia a bit in the regards of if you say, oh, you don't support it, a lot of people will say, oh, you're racist. It's got nothing to do with that. It's basically, do we give the yes vote to we have an Aboriginal representative in politics? So it's a bit hard to explain, but um, as I said, it doesn't really worry me a great deal, but I know it does worry other people. I suppose it's a bit like you know that problem doesn't exist in New Zealand because they've got the treaty between the Maoris and the British, and that's probably something that should have been done over 250 years ago here in Australia. To be honest, if the Aborigines were able to do that, what the Kiwis did, we probably wouldn't be here talking about it. But yeah, so that's a big hot topic in Australia at the moment. So I'll try and keep away from that. And but yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of issues around the world, as we know. Um, uh, yes, keep up with the yeah. I can't keep up with it either, mate. To be honest, we've had about 100 different prime ministers in about 15 years. So yeah, we if we don't like one prime minister, we get rid of them, and then we'll put someone else in that's still got no idea. But it's the way it is. I mean, everyone has a different idea about looking at their country's leader. I suppose you guys would have the same issue looking at us. We probably have the same issue looking at your guy. So but anyway, it's the way it is. Can't really do much. And but yeah, but if we get to do some sort of show, we could just talk about other things just in general, about your drones. I haven't been able to fly my drone much since last weekend. Our weather's been a bit up and down like a yo-yo at the moment because we're just heading into our spring now, and we're just coming out of winter. And yeah, well, you wouldn't think today would be spring. It's absolutely freezing, and it's 11.4 degrees at the moment at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I'll just show you my temperature gauge. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's probably backwards too because of the way the camera's worked out. But yeah, there's about 11.4, and that's inside 22 degrees. So, and wind's blowing. So, yeah, very windy. But anyway, all right. Well, I just wanted to see how this headset would go for doing a future podcast, and I wanted to see how the timer would go. I reckon 3 minutes is enough time to, well, get myself ready. and get other people ready as well. So it looked all right, and hopefully we'll do another one. I'll do another test maybe next week. I might get someone on. I don't know yet. We'll work that one out. And as I said, yeah, we'll get the first show done and see how that goes. But I'm still working out on the details about that, and we'll see how we go with it. But anyway, I'll get going. As I said, it was just going to be a short type of video. And thanks, mate, for popping in, mate. I really appreciate it. And it's good to see you up and about at this time of the day in Australian time. And yeah, I'll definitely take up on that offer of popping on your show. I'll see how we go, but I'm not 100% sure if I can make it this Tuesday morning, which is Melbourne time. So we'll see what happens. And if not, we'll definitely make some sort of time, work out the details of it. So yeah. All right then, guys. I'll get going, and hopefully all this works out quite well. I've just got to work out my ending tune. So I'll catch up with you soon, guys. And as I always say, if you're new to the channel, press like, subscribe, and hit that notification and notification bell. And yeah, and always leave a comment, guys. And yep, good night, mate. And hopefully we'll catch up soon, mate. And for now, I'll just find me intro, and I'll catch up with you soon, guys. Cheers.